You don't like the
faith?
Ember?
I mean, they might win the series. I like scary lane.
Yeah, true. That 3 roll here, so indeed will be interesting. I don't know, do we get the Zai? Is he a Meteor Hammer builder on that Wind Ranger? I've been a fan of that. Kind of enjoyable. It's something. That goes.
Ooh, look how even these Twitter predictions are, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you want to get in on that, by the way.
NA's awake, by the way, in case you were wondering.
The PGL Esports is the Twitter account you should be checking out. Also use hashtag Supermajor if you want to tweet about it. And that is pretty split, evenly split. I know Sunsfan already wants to go for Secret. All right, peer pressure.
I'm gonna go with everything is impossible. Go with Team Secret. That's good.
All right,
I feel like the PL has a nice game setup.
I feel like this could be this will be a fun one. We already predicted this would be an even matchup. Let's find out how even it exactly is going to be. It's going to be a bloodbath with Kyle and Puppey. Let's find out.
I don't know if Shiva is saying we are the cause of a blood.
I don't think so. Not yet, at least.
No.
I just spent a few more days in the room with the.
Well, luckily we're not in a room. We're in a corridor.
Yeah, there's witnesses.
Yeah. Yeah.
For now.
Yeah, for now. Then all the lights turned off because we blew a fuse, and all of a sudden, death is all around us. Let's get into the game, because Optic versus Team Secret. We didn't get the hype matchup we thought we were going to get in the first series today, so I'm looking forward to second series.
Yep.
It's the balance, right? It's the karma. Game first series that you think really good TNC's going to step up to the mark, and then all of a sudden, no, they don't. But now, it's Secret Optic. They will step up to the mark. They will give us an all-out action-packed game. Tell me it's true, Kyle. Tell me these drafts can make it happen.
It's possible. I think the Ember pick salvaged the Optic draft. Like the DK I love from Secret, because you have this draft for Optic where you need an Ember or a Storm type hero. Raw magic damage, the ability to rotate and catch, reach. That's what their draft is missing. Ember's perfect. You can't really play Storm into all these stuns and silences, DK specifically, but Ember has the raw damage output to impact the mid game. Plus, as the game scales, he can actually deal with the PL. They needed damage and something for illusion clear. Ember provides both. So, CNC, a very capable Ember player, and he's going to have a lot of pressure on him to perform. And I love the Pycat Night Stalker with the Lycan on 3-3. They've done this before. I really like it.
3-3 already ahead, spilling the first blood on the Observer Ward. Makes it now that Team Secret can pretend like Optic can be encroached on the top lane, but it's not going to happen. It's the harassment lane. It's very obvious what's coming at them. It's the movement of PPD, which are more interesting to watch. Like, does he actually stay on the bottom lane? Does he have to be down there with Pycat? Because normally, right, an Underlord will win a melee versus melee matchup. So can PPD even leave that bottom lane? Actually, can even stand the bottom lane. YapzOr's on the Skywrath Mage, who's been really, like, just this hero has been really good at zoning out.
He can absorb the Qs, though. He can use his body to just keep his Night Stalker slightly higher HP. That's the key. So it's not ideal. I think you end up losing this lane, but at nighttime, you have kill potential in Underlord, and that's where they pick up the Witch Doctor, because you always have that ability to Maledict. And it's a great Crimson Guard game. Now you force FATA to think about buying a Hood as well, specifically because there's an Ember, too.
Let's just get our bearings as well as far as the lanes go. As you can see on the now split screen, Pycat PPD bottom lane, Night Stalker Witch Doctor, FATA and YapzOr against him as the Underlord Skywrath Mage. Mid matchup is DK versus Ember Spirit. What a surprise and unique job. Top lane is Wind Ranger Zai, 33 Lycan against Puppey and Ace, which is the DS as well as the PL combination.
The #2 MMR in North America against the #1 MMR in Southeast Asia.
MMR matters, right?
Oh, it matters a lot. The more MMR you have, I mean, let's just say it makes a difference, Toby.
Okay. Who were we looking at earlier before? Who's got 2 positions on the NA ladder?
Oh, Limp is 1st and 7th right now, but I think that's because Arteezy's 10K account like no longer used.
Reporter for dual accounts, that second account will now be taken down. Just calling it out right now.
Yeah. I really like this Wind Ranger support. I think I was really surprised TNC didn't bring it out, because I felt like that would have been key for them against Liquid. You can already see up top, PL slightly favored against the Lycan in these early levels, but the harass of Zai is just unbelievable. 2 power shots to the face, and all of a sudden, he's just 1/3 HP.
Yep. That's the kind of thing I thought, like, I suppose, like, Puppey's going to take it on the top lane. And then PPD's going to take it on the bottom lane. Even though most of the harassment from FATA and YapzOr has gone into Pycat and not into PPD. Puppey's trying to do something about it now, just pushing Zai out of the lane. Has Wave of Terror back off cooldown. Zai wind run off 1 second, but Magic Missile will connect, and Puppey, all right, he'll just do it himself. Takes the first blood. He was doing something about it. Didn't think he'd do that, but it worked.
Yeah, another thing about the Witch Doctor down bot, it's much like Warlock. When you're playing against the Skywrath mage, it helps to have that sustain. So you kill the Underlord later with Maledict, but in the laning phase, you just keep that Voodoo Restoration going, and you just heal through the harass. Otherwise, it's real tough to deal with this lane.
They're going again on Zai. Forced him wind run, but they've got a decent creep wave pushing underneath the tower now, so experience to go all around.
Wow.
And yeah, mid one got the Soul Ring pretty early in to that mid lane, and no need to go for the brace, so he just went to Rick Soul Ring and had the damage to get.
How does that happen, Toby?
Yeah, I believe he caught him with Flame Guard down. Hit him with Breeze Fire.
No, but Toby.
I had a C and also had a CC and
That's
C
a
let that
Dragon
happen.
Knight, okay? You let out an audible groan when that was selected because you find it boring, and now he's solo killing Ember Spirits? That's not supposed to happen. But again, that's number 1 versus number 2. He went bottle first as well on CC. Not a huge fan of that. I think it's real overrated as a first item on Ember.
Well, you're also flagging that too, like how bottle mid is more of a thing of the past with room control being so hotly contested.
Yeah. It makes it very luck dependent. So we've got to bottle that 3-minute 45-second invis that's still sitting bot, but at the same time, I mean, you have a mana pool to sustain Flame Guard spam with an Aquila. You don't really need the bottle, but it helps later on. I just don't like it as a first item because then you have low stats and you're susceptible to dying.
Having that Puppey's just able to tank through most of what Zai has to offer, even though he's out of consumables. He's got a TP scroll. That's all he has. He managed to at least get Zai to burn off his last salve. But with stick charges available, Wave of Terror always just giving those charges over, Zai is going to win the sustain fight in the top lane.
Yeah, but thing is, Lycan,
Bottom lane, FATA, really, really low. Pycat trying to be the revenge kill. YapzOr's got another orb available. Pycat on the run down, doesn't have stick charges, but he's got the regeneration and a large amount of health anyway.
Yep.
Plus the Voodoo Restoration of Witch Doctor bringing them both back up.
That's the nighttime factor right there. It hits nighttime, they immediately go in for the kill. And even level 1 Maledict's a nice assist, and they take down Underlord. But top lane's a big problem for Secret because the number of denies of 3-3 is rapidly approaching the CS of Ace. And the PL needs to have a game. He's the real source of sustained damage outputs as this game transitions into the mid-late game. The
Ace
defusal time
actually is
everything.
dead, I think. He's got no doppelganger available because he never skilled it. So moving back to the tower, Zai keeps the pressure on, has the Observe Ward on the other side of the trees, which allows him to get the attack off. Without that, that would never have happened. And the PL will fall.
But Puppey secures the bounty rune. So it's actually worth for Secret.
Kind of crazy to say when the solo kill happens. Team Secret's looking for a bit of revenge into the mid lane. Skywrath Mage is rotated over. No Radiant Observer Ward saw this movement, but if they wait too long, you're going to have the arrival of PPD. So yeah, they can wait for Flame Guard. Wave of Terror will arrive too. A lot of negative armor, and they just Magic Missile him down.
Nice rotation. I really like the decision from Puppey to put extra points in stun. I've seen a lot of 1-4-1s on Venge. Hate the build. You get -1 armor per point. The stun scales so well now, especially after the recent Venge changes. Cooldown now just 10 seconds, and I just think it's super solid. 75 damage per point. Extra little bit of stun duration.
With their Magic Missile, they had a little bit more control from YapzOr, aka mana. We would have actually had them finding that kill onto Zai, who was rotating down towards the mid, but Puppey and YapzOr, they'll burn the shrine and they'll head north. 33 with a large wave double catapult. But he's already,
HOD already,
he's already got the Dominator up and running. So Puppey moves over, Magic Missile, concussive shot with the Wave of Terror. 33 at -3 armor, but Pycat's also rotated into the back lines. The FATA's here too. 33, the land flies forward. He's into the trees. It's regeneration of 15 a second. It may be enough for the paralyzing cast. No, it comes way too late. And doesn't have enough bounces available, but Pycat making the most out of it, killing off Puppey. Pycat actually with the double kill, both the supports falling. And they're getting Skywrath Mage already back up to the top. Remember, there's only 7 minutes into this game. and Team Secret brought 4 heroes to the top lane to fight. The only one they didn't bring was DK.
Optic, the only team that runs this core Night Stalker as their one, but that's also because they have this weird 3-3's the actual carry, but still the offlaner thing going on. But this is nighttime Night Stalker. All you need is phase boots, and you're a force around the map.
They just rotate the lanes anyway.
And they did that, but they kept Zai bottom the whole time, so that rotation is super advantageous for Optic, even though they do lose their Lycan.
Paralyzing Cask. Lucky bounce for PBE to get a little bit more distance, but CCNC with that high movement speed, haste rune right after FATA. PPD needs to get out of that firestorm. He's got his restoration to keep him alive, while behind the tower, Pycat does get the dive out. FATA will die in the lane. Actually going to deny the creep before he died? Sure, why not? CCNC TP's back towards the mid lane quickly, as mid 1 was making the most of his absence. Mid 1's actually 2 levels in front of CCNC now.
I like what he's choosing to do with his items as well, just going for a hood first. He's so powerful, this is going to allow him to just frontline and be the guy that sits on top of towers. And they need somebody that they can dangle, because otherwise Lycan's going to shove a lane, and you always have this possibility that Night Stalker or Ember just dive. DK, the only hero that can really stand against that. Now he'll have the massive armor bonus from his passive, along with the hood. You can't really take him down.
Illusion Rune got picked up by Zai, which means CCNC has no bottle charges available. And with the double creep wave, he's using Flame Guard to farm that up. Highcat trying to pressure off YapzOr in mid 1 by popping the darkness, having to fabricate nighttime as we are in daytime.
Bottom PL trying to recover. Ace not having the greatest game, but neither is CCNC, especially after that solo kill. So you're okay with this, I think. Again, I really disagree with CCNC's decision to skip Aquila, especially considering no one else on his team can buy it. I think that's unforgivable. If you're an agility hero and none of your other heroes can buy a Ring of Aquila, you need to get one. It is too valid. It's just too cost efficient.
Unforgivable is very strong, Kyle.
It is unforgivable. There's 3 things that I do not allow. When you're playing against massive minus armor, you buy armor. When you have 5,000 gold, you spend it. And if you need an Aquila on your team, and you're the only one that can, you buy it.
Mid lane, they had a small opportunity to try and kill off mid 1 there. It's like he was just sitting AFK in the mid lane. PPD moved forward, they could have Cask and Maledict. And with the 2 points up in Maledict, may have had a chance to get through. And again, he's got 3 points of Dragon Blood and Brain Dot, so yeah, maybe not.
He does not die.
This is a DK.
His treads too. I mean, 1500 HP.
Ember will die though. YapzOr and Puppey moving under the cover of smoke. They would have seen that defensive spirit go down.
And unlike TNC, I love this last pick DK because there's so much raw damage output to set up with that stun. Underlord, Skywrath, like whoever he lands a stun on is just going to get exploded.
3 heroes from Optic come to defend that tier 1 tower in mid. Gives more space for Pycat as well as Lycan to get a little bit more farm. Keep in mind too that this is now 2 minutes of the daytime cycle which has been burned. Paralyzing Cask doesn't get its bounce off. The Maledict is over on the Dragon Knight. So careful about how much damage mid 1 does take. And the Shackle, perfect from Zai, catching mid 1 and YapzOr together. And mid 1, now he actually has to pop off that Hood of Defiance. The last Maledict pop brings him very low, not to mention 33. Into the back lines, that double damage Lycan. Looking for the final target, but already YapzOr TP back to base. So they push the mid tier 1 tower instead. Terrific fight for Optic. And TP's coming in. Puppey wants to try and fight this now. Where is the rest of his team? He's TP'd forward. The Dragon Knight's still dead. Puppey's going to arrive before the Underlord completes his TP. I'm not certain what he was looking to achieve here. FATA comes to the front lines, lets the Hellfire down. Trying to mop up the creep wave, but thanks to that double damage on 33, they're melting through this tower. Here comes that TP once more as DK at the front lines, but Optic have already claimed what they wanted.
I love the play from CCNC there too. He TP'd bottom, defends the catapult wave push from PL on the bottom, and he has Remnant mid, so they still have 5 heroes middle, but he's able to also deal with that bottom wave, so they don't even have to trade. And as you said, yeah, the ineffective TP by Puppey, but I don't like that move. It's great if they find the kill on that initial setup, but when smoke fades, you hang out for 30 seconds, it's never going to work. They went into Flame Guard too. You can't kill Ember through Flame Guard until the Skywrath hits level 6, and he's still a full level away. That's all he really needs to do in this game, fair. And Maledict a strength 4 as well.
Bottom push from mid one's Dragon Form. Not having the same level of presence they would like, especially when they got 4 heroes on bottom lane for Team Secret. So what does 33 do? Runs up towards the top lane, keeps the catapult alive barely, and fortification will be used. One more hit from the catapult and this tower is secured for Optic. And that's now going to be 2 tier 1 towers going their way.
Dude, 33 has a Necro book already. Go with that HOD. He's so farmed, and the problem with the Secret lineup is that they take a lot longer to come online. They need to first itemize for survivability, and they don't actually deal damage or initiate. Like, what is their tool for initiation? Where's their reach? That's the big advantage of the
Blink on
lineup.
mid one.
Yeah, but Hood Blink, you need to find kills in team fights constantly. In the meantime, you have Night Stalker and Wolves constantly providing a vision advantage, and on top of that, Ember has by far the longest reach of any hero in this game.
Is that the point when you actually question the Blink dagger? Mid one's got it queued up, but is it worth actually going for something more like a Shadow Blade?
Yeah, I think you need a Shadow Blade when you're always going to be behind in vision. It's tough to use that Blink to capitalize, and it's very difficult to guarantee a stun on Ember because even CC&C is going to have the reflexes.
Wow. FATA in trouble. Silenced up, voided up. 33 is trying to make his way into him to get that damage into FATA, but it will not happen. Very smart TP out. They had no disable between the two of them.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like people like to mock CC&C, specifically his laning phase, which is relatively weak in comparison to the top mids. But I think his understanding of the map, how he reads, how he kills creep waves. Okay, he does not farm jungle. He is always pressuring the map, and that is something that is invaluable for a mid player on your team.
He may actually be... Actually, no, the Observer Ward and Sentry can see all of this, so... If he wants to come back to the Spirit that's on bottom lane, but he knows he can't because of that vision.
You have a Maelstrom in his Toby. He's huge.
And he itemized exactly the way you wanted him to itemize, right? Like we already saw an Ember Spirit early today, and you got a little bit about it.
Dude, Maelstrom's too good of an item. It's super cost efficient. You get the components plus like an ability.
He came alone. Puppey's beginning his TP now. It's that tier 2 tower. 33 was just looking at it. He didn't want to get too close. Still got more units to keep the fight going, and actually through the back lines on the top lane, that YapzOr shackled the death ward from PPD, zoning him out, but this just allows for the Spirit jump forward from CC&C, roots up the Underlord, and they hit the follow-up silence, so he has nothing. He used both of his abilities, both the Pit of Mouth and the Firestorm before, to try and keep Optic away from the tower. Now it's Night Stalker in the backlines working against Ace. The Shackle won't latch on anyone. The Dragon Tail from mid one used defensively. CC&C, he still wants more, and with the Spirit jump forward, he'll get a double steering chains. Mid one's the only one alive. The silence will wear off in a second, so he'll have Dragon Form. They fortify once more, but I do not see this fight for Team Secret. In fact, I don't see any fight for Team Secret right now. Optic getting all the advantages.
He didn't offensive tip there, but Pycat definitely did just drop his zone on the ground and run around in a circle. So, add a little insult to injury, and that's the reach advantage right there.
Well,
Secret's not prepared.
Pycat's a classic player, man. Like he doesn't have to use all the modern fandangled tools.
He's a sweet too, so you know he wants to do it in a more subtle way, not super confrontational. Really well played though. There's no real counterplay for Secret. They don't have the ability to make moves, and we've seen a lot of drafts like this suffer where you are just too far behind, and it's so simple. It's nighttime. Night Stalker shows up. He's got a hood. He doesn't take any damage, and you can't hide behind a tower because here comes Ember Spirit. Trees go down, searing chains.
Yep.
You got to cancel one TP, and then all of a sudden you end up losing an extra hero as well because Ember's not overcommitting remnants. He's always able to just continue moving forwards, and they get ace as well after this. And I just, man, what do you do?
I'm not certain, but it seems like Team Secret were kind of like messed up from the start. Like Pitlord had nothing. Like he was a non-factor in that fight apart from time it took to burn through his HP. And Puppey could do nothing as well. Locked inside the trees, already threw the magic missile out, which is, well, it's great to have the points in it. It's the stun is done. Nowhere to swap out. There was no good positioning for him. And anyone he did swap in, he only had mid one to swap, and that would have ended in his death.
Yep.
Shackle bottom lane. Another great connection here from Zai. Going against YapzOr.
He's gonna have a Maelstrom too, Toby. Holy crap. Zai's huge.
They're finding a lot of ways to both push the lane, find the damage, and deal with the PL.
And find kills. That's the thing. They have more wave clear, the vision advantage, and the reach. So the game sort of plays itself. You're going to find all these opportunities to make moves happen because like Underlord has to push this wave, but oh, you're caught. You're dead.
They weighed that out perfectly. CC&C was always coming in, and the vision game from Team Secret, it just doesn't exist. The two observer wars they have are watching the bottom river. They're not watching the kill areas. Like the last 3-4 minutes, it's been Optic pushing in top lane and finding kills on top lane, and Secret are not seeing any of this coming.
It's easy. How do you though? I mean, it's not even nighttime, and they still have total map control.
They're gonna have more map control soon. Like level 3 Necrobook is done for 33. He just needs to fly the courier out.
And this is the itemization that I like to see on Ember. You get the Maelstrom, so you continue to accelerate. You have that damage output, wave clear. Now you go back for the Yules. So now you're not threatened by the Skywrath silence. You can just juke the DK. You can do a lot more moves now, but you get it second because you don't need the mana regen until much later in the game where you start fanning its light.
Courier's coming out, so they have the Blink Dagger for mid one. They have the initiation for Team Secret. This is what they need to utilize. At the same time, Optic, they continue to add pressure onto the bottom lane, and they find Puppey. Observer ward on the hill. Puppey came out to try and get a little bit extra vision before this fight began, but there's mid one jumping in with the sun, finding PPD and the Mystic Flare. All right, committed. YapzOr wanted to ensure this kill, but they may really need that damage in a second.
Dude, he has Necro 3 Medallion as well on the Lycan. He just finished both those items, and I love super efficient play by Optic.
Observe one with the Spirit jump forward, slide of fist searing chains. The route is onto CC&C. He's stunned, he's sealed up for the moment with a shackle from Zai. Way too good. FATA is going to pull mid one away. Does he? Is he? Yeah, he's still in range. He's got him.
Wolf on Lycan, so he's just farming 30% faster. And I love the Night Stalker items too. Highcat loves to do this. He gets the urn straight into these tanky items. He's gonna play the role.
That was too close. Puppey goes for the swap. They want to try and find this kill over onto Zai. Maybe with the Hellfire they have a Puppey. Will need one more hit to do it. Zai still, actually, he stopped ticking down to the Hellfire. Turns around for his own attack and power shots him. He has the life to survive while Lycan diving with a level 3 Necrobooks under the tier 3 tower. 2 paw swipes and the Skywrath Mage is gone. Dragon Tail, it just comes off cooldown, stopping 33's TP away to safety. His Necrobook made the run, so at least they don't get the cash from that, but there are no friends to help out 33. A Wolf block would be the only thing that will potentially save him. He sends him off to the east. 33 is dead. No one will save him, and that's mid one with some much needed money into that DK.
It's Zai. He's not gonna find this kill.
Yeah, he is. He just hit the oh, okay, no, he can't. He's waiting it out. Like, the Spirit jumps forward, slide of fist, cleans up the wave, searing chains there too. Mid one jumps forward. You still have that Flame Guard protecting CC&C and making real issues for Ace's Zai. How many Maelstrom procs you want to get CC&C? At 10 HP, he shackled the DK to the tree. PPD will die once again here to YapzOr, or should die once again to YapzOr. Yeah, he does. Mid one blinks forward. Already found the kill. CC&C TP out of here. The Wolves are ready to block the path, so he will be safe in the trees.
Yeah, same issue. No real sustained damage output and a lack of stick from Secret until the PL has Diffusal. And that's still 700 gold away. Optic really want to make sure they secure first Roche before that item comes online. I'd expect them to smoke for that as soon as possible, especially now that it's nighttime. Crimson Guard finished on Night Stalker. What I was about to say before that whole exchange started.
You got it on 2 heroes. It's Night Stalker and Underlord.
You turn him into a blue watermelon. He can just walk into a fight super fast, bait spells, and just essentially clear a path for his now aggressive, squishy heroes that are going to deal the real damage. The Wind Ranger, the Ember, the Lycan. He gives them so much information, he makes the game easy to play, and he keeps everyone alive. He's going Radiance next too, I don't mind that at all.
Well, the momentum they've got, it works out, right?
Yeah.
A little bit more burn, a little bit more miss, it's great.
Yeah. This is it, yeah, as expected, walk straight into Roche. This is the play, you know there's no Diffusal. This is what allows you to then clear out those next tier 2s.
Well, they even give mid one a little bit of a nudge in mid. That's a level 4 Maledict on the Dragon Knight. He pops the hook to try and save himself. And then the rest of Optic straight inside the pit. The PL illusions are coming over. They will scalp this one out. That's that Manta style. The illusions survive a little bit longer. Roshan's low. Wave of Terror doesn't quite reach. They want to finish the job. The shackle again. Really good on the Puppey as well as mid one. 33. He's had time ball through this. He'll get the Aegis Immortal and the kill on Roshan. Ace jumped in with the doppelganger. He wanted to fight Puppey. Pulls him out. Maybe they have the heal to try and save him with the Death Ward. FATA. He'll take one back, but he doesn't take the other. Skywrath Mage killed in the mid lane. PL's down. They'll lose their Observer Ward. And Optic now have a license to push Aegis Immortal on the Lycan.
Ace bought Manta to start that fight because he didn't have gold for defusal, but then he used it to scout the pit and didn't have it, caught a silence, immediately dies. And you can see the power of Wind Ranger as well against the PL. If you get that ultimate off on the real one, you just walk next to him, you're going to immediately identify the real one and attack him like 7 times a second with Maelstrom procs running rampant.
They're ready to fight again. Puppey hanging around, FATA making sure he's not in a position to get Puppey shackled. So Skyrath's back up again, PL in just a second, but it looks like with Ember pushing the bottom lane, Optic will just be very, very clean about this. Take out the tier 2 tower on bottom, re-establish vision, and then just try and win the fight. Puppey's actually so far, what's he looking for here?
I don't know. I like it. It's just clinical from Optic, though. This is why they've been on fire, you know? Top 3 at the ESL Major. And if they win this series, they're top 6 at this one. And all they need is top 4, and they get that TI invite. Something I think the NA region desperately needs. You got too many teams in that qualifier.
The Dragon Tail's not initiating it on a Night Stalker, and they're committing multiple abilities. That's not even real.
Yeah. You got the pipe up on Underlord now, so Secret is getting to a point where you're going to be very tanky. The problem is they have no real damage threat, and they won't until PL gets defusal, and he's not going to have it now for quite some time. I think Optic might just win this game in the next 3-4 minutes.
Mid one, hanging around a long time. 33 is going to pop the ultimate. Nice route from FATA. Holds him in position, but mid one's totally isolated from the rest of his team underneath the shrine. That regeneration will not be enough. CCNC committing the spirits. Puppey will go down to the death ward of Witch Doctor, and it's not over. Underneath the tower, Pycat once more. Void's off cooldown right now. And it's still nighttime for another 40 seconds, and Pycat's making the most out of it. Fighting inside the base with all that regeneration, all that armor. PL starting his TP, and Pycat, he's just standing here. He knows he's got friends coming high ground, so why not?
There's no damage. There's absolutely no damage on the side of Secret right now. They are threatened by nothing. Pycat is just being tickled.
Well, Pycat's new name now, Elmo. Pycat will bounce out of the base.
I love CCNC constantly shoving the other lane as well. He finds the kills and immediately looking around the map, what creep waves do I need to take down? He's got bots finished, so it's going to be even more efficient, but they were taking that tier 2 mid. What was CCNC doing? Shoving 2 lanes bottom, farming woods, grabbing runes. That's what allows them to play so fast. It's because they're not forgetting about the creep waves, and that's the strength of CCNC and why Optic keeps him on their team, even though everyone on Reddit and Twitch is saying, why is this guy's got to go? You know, making drastic roster changes doesn't seem to work so well for anybody. Specifically in NA Dota. Not going to name names. Both red and blue.
I'm sorry, they're not even NA Dota anymore, so shush. Team Secret, yeah, fully under pressure, you're right. Optic are keeping all the lanes in. Puppey, he's coming out almost looking for a wave push like he's a leaner, like almost like the old AUI kind of style. Like, I'm going to sit in the lane, buy a strike, slave it, and then just run away. But I've done my job. But this time around, like Puppey, I don't know if he's waiting for Underlord to TP in and bring in friends. Actually, that's exactly what's happening. They're TPing over towards the shrine, trying to make this work, trying to pull something out of nothing. They know he ran up the observe wards to the south. Really won this kill onto CCNC, but how can you get it? Like, not only does he have Yule Step, but he's got this bold Arcane Rune, and the rest of Optic have rotated in, and they've cut Team Secret off. There's no way to get back to the base unless FATA does exactly this. Everyone hold together. We made a mistake, but the only thing which really threatened them was an Alpha Wolf.
It's not even nighttime, and they're that afraid.
That's right, it's 2 minutes 40 seconds. I'm just spending so much time with my camera view on dire side, it feels like night.
I mean, lights are definitely getting dark for Secret. Go down. Down, not out.
Down.
I think so. I think
Maybe when the lights go out.
Karaoke's not
also
till
wrong.
Sunday, Toby.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, we have a day off.
That's true.
The day off on Friday. Karaoke Thursday night.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I love the itemization. I really think that's the strength of Optic right now. They understand how to move around the map, and they don't make egregious item errors, and it's so key. They obviously have an identity, moving 3-3 to this more carry, micro-intensive role. Pycat playing more of a space maker, the rotator, and CCNC almost always covering those creep waves, and again, a real 5. I feel like all the top teams right now, they have that one guy dedicated to buying wards. We've seen a couple of teams try out this like 2-4 style, splitting up the responsibility. It just doesn't work.
Also seems very patient as well from Optic. Like 33 had that Aegis the Immortal, just timed out now, but it's like they didn't feel the overwhelming pressure to keep the push going, attack into the tier 3 towers. Yeah, you dived under buildings, but it was nice talking nighttime, and they're going after YapzOr. It's not even with a full unit. It's just the Lycan army trying to make his life a living hell. Puppey's going to use the swap, and they even steal the Centaur, so he cannot get the stomp control off. That Centaur moves way too fast.
You see a Lycan unit keeping 4 heroes in the enemy base. In the meantime, the rest of the team cutting. They might find PL. Oh, smoke pop before we saw him.
Mid one, though, walks underneath that Observer and Sentry. I'm surprised Optic aren't just walking around with a Demo Crew site. Remove all vision of Team Secret.
And another key thing with Optic farm priority. Pycat was #1 for a while, then #2 around 9,000. He's only gone up 2, but at the same time, his other cores now have map. Pycat doesn't need to hit creeps. He just has to run around in circles, be the shepherd that keeps secret sheep locked inside their pen, their own base.
He's still fighting that farm, though. Like, he wants to get Radiant. Like, he wants a Relic.
Yeah, but look at what he's farming. You know, he could be in this area of the map, but why even play the Radiant side? Just as long as they maintain pressure on the Dire's half of the map, Secret has no recourse to ever come back into this game. They need a big team fight, but they just don't deal any damage. Like, PL needs to... They need to kill Ember and then have PL just go off. But the problem is, both supports inevitably feed to Nightstalker Lycan. They have no ability to peel these heroes. They just get chased down.
Oh, Dragon Tail Stump, they find their target, PPD. Slightly out of position. Now was Team Secret just on the hunt more than anything else. They have a deeper Dire Observe Ward that let them know a little bit of this information. Bottom lane, Shackle is going to latch. A lot bigger kill than killing on PPD, but it's a lot bigger kill to get through. Bar's got a lot of fat on him. And now with a pip, Ace also coming over, steering change onto Puppey. Where's that extra help? Puppey gonna swap in mid one. They can lance forward, keeping the attack going, and then straight out for CC&C. He does not want this fight. Remember, they're still pushing the side lanes. They're still in control.
Yep.
They don't have to give Secret what they want.
And you can see, though, at a point, you can't really kill Underlord. DK, same story, but the problem is Secret doesn't have the damage yet. If this game can continue, they get another core item up on their hero, specifically this PL, they have a chance. But they need to utilize their burst, immediately find a kill onto Wind Ranger or Ember, and then a long fight will favor them because the strength heroes have time to just build and build their damage output. But again, I'm just so concerned that Ember Lycan, how do you stop them?
Especially now that Lycan has a BKB coming on the courier, so 33 is even stronger.
Yeah, and dude, just swap to F2 real quick. Check out this Dire Vision. How do you play the game from this position? You have no control whatsoever over the map, and this is what they've been playing with for the last 10 minutes. It looks like they're not trying, but when you don't have vision, it's so difficult to play good Dota. Look at where they're forced to ward.
They have been trying, but I think they also understand that they're going to throw a ward down. More than likely, they got scattered moving out doing it. But the vision for Optic Gaming is also starting to limit. They've only got the Observer and Sentry in mid lane. In fact, the other Observer and Sentry in mid lane. That's all they have.
Yep. They don't need too many wards, though. As soon as it hits nighttime, as it is now, you just run around the map for free, and look.
They're pushing forward. Zaya, CC&C, and they're against Ace. The Lance does connect. The Illusion doesn't get chased.
They have a Shiva's on Ember soon, man. Crazy good item this game, and it secures even more their vision advantage.
So Shiva's Ember is about to be completed. You've got Radiance in 300 gold for Pycap. You've got BKB Maelstrom over on Zai. You got BKB level 3 Necrobook and everything else on 33.
And oh, look at that!
And PPD's almost managed to finish up
And he's got arcane boots. He's maxed out. But this is what they're really waiting for. Just that Roshan. The boss spawns. You immediately walk over, take it out. It's nighttime. Secret has no hope contesting it. And this is the cue for Optic to group up, end the game. They just want to finish that Radiance first. And he'll get enough gold for the recipe right after this kill. And again, to note, who's with them in the pit, taking down the big bad monster? That's right, it's Balto. 3-3s for Ent for nearly the entire game. Once again, boys and girls, if you're farming and you're completely relying on physical damage and you've got an HOD, by golly, you need to have your boy Balto at all times. 30% damage is not negligible whatsoever.
We're talking about Nafel, by the way, for those who don't have any idea who Balto is. I've actually never heard
What?
Balto.
You ever know this movie? Balto? Wow, I'm sad for your childhood, Toby.
I know a lot of 1990s movies, but I have never watched Balto. Now, if you did, like if his name was Chance, then it'll be homeward bound, and then I'd be all for
Not
it.
the same. Those are dogs. Balto's.
Mid one. Ah, he's just fired up away from the tree, so Zayed's shackle will not latch. Ember Spirit. Okay, DCNC just goes in. Sealed up, Mystic Flare exploded. Well, there goes the Aegis, the Immortal. Crimson Guard is up, but will not protect Puppey, however. That's very aggressive from CCNC.
I think if he was a... he might have wanted BKB over Shivas, to be completely honest, because once he has that item, there's actually nothing Secret has to lock him down. Once again, something that it really feels like only the Chinese Embers are doing, but I want to see more people do it because an uncontrollable Ember, you saw, that is reach in a nutshell. Power bots into the Wolf, immediately Remnant forward. If he has BKB, you can't stop him. He can be anywhere on the map and then on top of your face in 4 seconds. Like, what other heroes in Dota can do that?
Not many. And he's back up to top lane, pushing it out. So, hey, you want him to get BKB? He's not doing it. He's getting Lincoln Spear.
That's okay, too. It's just, you can't get DK stunned, because right now, if he ever gets DK stunned with Jaradat ult up, he's just dead. But that's really Secret's only burst damage, too. So, if they kill Skywrath, and...
FATA. Okay. For the first time in the game, Zaya Shackle is well off target.
We're going to have a Shivas on the FATA Underlord pretty soon as well. And that item is more impactful for Secret because they're the ones always with the vision disadvantage. Shivas really helps to clear out space to win a team fight against Night Stalker. Otherwise, you're just at a super big disadvantage at nighttime. And now that he has Radiance, he's going to go for his own BKB.
They actually have a way where they can just start tanking through. Like, Ace is rapidly approaching the money he needs for his heart. He's at 4.2k. So...
This is what we're saying. They needed that one more item on every hero. They're getting there.
Mid one is walking his way in towards the Orchid. So looking for his own disable. CCNC wants to gank him, but Skywrath Mage is right behind. And they know they need a little bit of extra help, so CCNC moves out. YapzOr's been waiting for this. He'll need to Yule CCNC and get rid of that Flame Guard first. But here comes Zai as well, looking for the Shackle. It does not latch. Mid one juked it absolutely perfectly, but the BKBs from both sides, Zai and mid one being burned, and then the TP's back home.
Really well played by both sides. Just high-level Dota 2 right here. And yeah, I agree with what you're saying. The issue is that they still don't have map control on Secret. They win that one big fight, and all of a sudden they're going to be in a great position, but they're just getting out-farmed around the map.
Yeah. So I'm like once Ace is able to push out a little bit hard, like once his illusions are a lot harder to kill and the Manta can start pushing, then I can feel this a little bit more. Once mid one actually has more control in a team fight too. Probably the reason why Ember Spirit's going to go for this Lincoln Sphere is just in case like Dragon Tail stuff, but it's also going to be the Orchid Silence. There's already Dispel ways for this. Okay, well, dewarding from Puppey. It's a real bad support life right now for him. He knows he can't survive against this. CCNC's looking for the extra kill. He'll only find the PL illusions, however.
Because it's so easy. Once again, like, top wave is pressured thanks to the Ember presence, and they make moves to the opposite side of the map. They bring in the Ember, and you're always going to find the kill. And look, once again, where's Secret forced to be? 4 men inside of their base.
Hey, the mid lane's pushed out, the bottom lane's pushed out, the top lane's pushed out. They can't go high ground straight up.
But bounty runes, Toby.
But bounty runes, true. Like, money is
110 gold per player times 4.
I'm trying to look on the bright side of Secret moment. The fact they're getting the next items which they can sustain through the fight. The Shivas is done on the Underlord. The PL, he has the money to actually he's short the money by 35 to buy the heart.
They just went from like 14 to 17,000 gold ahead. That's because it's, you know, it's 14.9 most likely, but still, the late game bounty runes. This is why you see teams sitting on their mid game leads so much, because you get 2 or 3 waves of 4 bounty runes plus all the map control, farming enemy jungle.
They're coming to
you
fight.
Just win.
Mid one, blink forward, able to get the Dragon Tail stun off thanks to YapzOr also being there. 691 gold going the way of YapzOr. Hope he buys himself something nice. He's actually buying the Aghanim Scepter. No real surprise, it's been the item on Skywrath Mage. And if these BKBs start to get lower, like you still got a 10-second BKB on a Lycan.
He's AC soon as well. Lincoln's about to be finished in the Ember. I mean, everyone's just getting fat. I love the itemization. It was near flawless, I think, from every player. Only thing that punished them a bit was the Ember lack of BKB. I think maybe Lincoln's before Shivas could have accomplished the same just because the single target spells it's really taking him down, namely the Silence of Sky. But it's just the DK stun.
FATA. Yeah, you just use a 110-second cooldown ability to put a pit in the middle lane. just in case anyone's there, or getting at least Optic to look behind themselves.
The Secret is playing this game rather well for this under the circumstances. They haven't fed away more than just a couple of supports. They're still accelerating on their cores. They're losing the game, but they're keeping themselves in it. They're looking for that one fight.
They still have a win condition or a momentum swinger. This is possible.
It's the same style as the character Danny in one of my favorite short stories ever, The Mexican, written by Jack London, about a prize fight. Round after round, the champion that's getting his ass kicked is waiting for the knockout punch, taking a beating, but you know that with one swing, you might even the odds. I highly recommend the story if anyone's listening and you read books instead of just watch video games on TV.
It seems I have multiple things added to my list to tackle. But what is this written tech? I don't get this. Does it come in digital form?
Hey man, there's a PDF for free on the internet. Just
Wonderful.
read it in between games.
I love it. Alright, so Ace has his heart up and running. So a lot more survivable on the PL. I was wondering if he'd actually go for Butterfly, but it seems he's got something else on his mind. He's after that MKB.
Yeah, Lincoln's on Ember. You don't really need to do anything right now if you're Optic. Obviously, you're in a commanding lead, but as I just said, they understand the win condition Secret has. You need to ensure that you spend all your gold, and if you check out current gold, look at Optic. Less than 2,000 or 3,000 gold still unspent, and you get some near flawless. That's just because they're farming so much. They can't spend their gold quick enough. Now you can look to be aggressive, maybe threaten high ground, but let's be realistic. They're just going to wait.
And Roshan may respawn in about 30 seconds time, so we'll watch the clock pretty closely. But the rest of the time, Optic just, yeah, as you said, like they move around, just keep the farm going. They should have Mjolnir in the time for the push. AC is already done on 33. Highcat could be looking at his next item. Is anything actually... Well, nothing's on the courier just yet. PBD already finished that Glimmer Cape previously, but you got almost a full Daedalus. Nice shackle. They found their target. Puppey has to swap Ace back into safety, but they just run forward under the cover of the BKB's mid one. He's completely stranded. Finally, he'll get his own BKB off, back under the cover of his own tower. But then 33, he doesn't care. He just attacks the tier 3 tower. They want to open up the shrines. The Yule Scepter sends him up and towards the air. Follow-up done with the Wave of Terror, and there goes Yeik. 33 just wanted the tower, but now it's Team Secret. This is the fight they were dying for. Sentry Wars are down. The shackle will keep FATA under control, but because the sentry is there, the Glimmer Cape didn't help from PPD. So CCNC, he has to go on the side of Fist, keep the challenge going, but then again, the pressure, they're jumping away with the Spirit. Getting some distance. So Lycan will be the only one to fall. The tier 3 tower is hurting, but Team Secret are holding.
Yep, Roche not going to spawn for 2 minutes near the max time, but I like that play from Optic. A little over aggressive, they do get punished, but they just lose the one. That's the key. And they get a ton of damage on that tier 3. They can open up shrines. It just helps to secure their map control even more. A little eager though, the Venge swap from Puppey was on point.
For Team Secret, it's a little unfortunate for them. It's going to be a late Roshan spawn, but they're coming over to check it. So is PPD. He's stacking Ancients and looking for something. Illusion Room will be there, so hi PPD, jump forward. Zai can't help him out. So 48 seconds for PPD to be down, but again, it's still 1 minute and 42 away from Roshan.
If only it was an early spawn, that would have felt like a much better kill, because you forced the buyback.
Yep.
And with Lycan dead, you might even be able to kill Roche in time, but...
They're keeping just one player down. This Observer Ward that's here for mid one, they were looking for the retreating Ember. But a CCNC with BT, so he's going to be bouncing around the lanes pretty hard. But Team Secret can just backdoor the tier 1 tower. They've got a creep wave on the way too. Much needed money, which is never being claimed. Like, it's still crazy to think you're 40 minutes in, Team Secret's been so defensive, but they're finally taking a tower after such a long time. 33, okay, maybe they're not taking this tower. They pop the ulti, they see everything, and FATA triggers the ultimate. Everybody, get the hell out of here. They got the BKB out of 33 at least. Like, he's down to 8 seconds on this. And Shapeshift.
Buying time.
And PL was pushing the tier 2 tower in the meantime. Roshan's still not up. 50 seconds now.
PL's about to finish his MKB, man. He's huge. Like, you're getting to the point now where game gets a bit scary for Optic, and that's the power of Underlord. Not many teams still picking this hero, but you've got that great get-out-of-jail-free card in the Uber out. And ask any drunk person at 4 or 5 a.m., Uber's a life-saving application.
The only thing Team Secret are missing, if you want to go for a drunken analogy, they need a kebab to go with that Uber. Then you finish your night of drinking.
Ace is getting a point where he deals real damage. as is mid one. They've held out as long as possible. YapzOr almost finishing that Ags. And it's all going to be about can Optic kill the supports and how do they deal with the Uber. And it's going to come down to the third Roshan. This is a nice smoke. Yep.
They're looking for the best target they can get that gives them the advantage to push high ground, or at least secure Roshan. But now Team Secret also smoked up. But Optic, they're in position. The smoke, who's going to break on it first? Yaps or Puppey? It breaks on Puppey. They move through the north, looking towards Ace. Ace doppelgangers away. Understanding that this fight is on if they get caught out. But now Optic want to retreat. Roshan is available. There's an Invis rune as well to be picked up. And PPD is just going to walk inside the pit to see it.
Yeah, check out Zai's items, by the way.
Yeah, he's...
just finished the Daedalus.
Yeah.
And if you look at the net worth disparity, his 7,000...
They get the stun off. Mid one actually jumping in. They got the stun out. Using the Orchid to trigger the Lincoln Sphere and YapzOr. Dude, stop taking money. Like, he actually finishes Aghanim Scepter with this.
Yeah, it's worth. It's so worth. It makes him... You have 2 Skywrath mages now. He's got a doppelganger that's just going to be casting everything. And also, there's the upside of the Orchid build where now you have that active. You don't... It's Halberd or Orchid, right? But Halberd's another defensive item. Mid one can't buy that, so he goes Orchid, boosts his damage output, and does allow him to insta-kill the Ember through the Lincoln.
Optic Gaming's looking for... what are they looking for on the top? Like, right now, Team Secret.
No buyback Ember.
They've gone inside the pit. Yeah, no buyback on the Ember, but they've got to find a way to contest Roshan. He's dying so quickly. They actually bloodthorned him. That's why Roshan's dying. DPD puts the death ward in, but now the jump over. Mid one, shackled to the tree. Puppey swaps it back out again, but here comes the Mystic Flares, burning down PPD. Roshan's low on life, but so is mid one. He's actually fallen. Ace, the one was snatched by Ace. So the Roshan kill goes away of Radiant. FATA just wants to pull everybody out. He can't get Puppey in time. At least he gets Ace back into safety. And they clean up the Necro books, but huge contest there from Optic.
Who got all the items? Who got the Refresher Shard? I don't see it. She's picked up by Night Stalker. Was the Refresher Shard used? Must have been. I don't see it on anybody.
Yeah, I don't see it on anybody either. I see the Aegis Immortal and Cheese both on Ace. But Refresher Shard does not look like it's there. Did it get denied? We have instant replay to look for this stuff.
Either we're not going to be able to see it. There was way too much in the pit.
Yeah. Looks like also the pressure on top lane. 33 just takes his creep army in, looking to take out the tier 3 tower. Maybe once they pull out, we can watch that in very slow motion.
And keep in mind, that was a 4-on-5 team fight. Optic still takes it. And that's all Zai there. Just gets the ult off on top of the Dragon Knight. He killed it by himself.
CNC's attacking the bottom lane.
Wow, and you know why? It's partly because mid one chose to go for the 150 GPM talent instead of the 2x Dragon Blood HP regen and armor. I'm not sure I can agree with that one. He doesn't have an additional armor item, so he really feels that lack of 12 armor.
Oh, FATA silenced up. Pycat and CNC trying to keep their control. There goes the tier 3 tower. There's 2 tier 3 towers lost for Team Secret. But they have managed to get all their heroes back up into the world of living. And they do have their second life on Ace. So next team fight from Team Secret is still not going to be that terrible.
If you're Optic now, though, you got to be playing for space and buildings. Make moves so that Lycan has the ability to find a Rax. You know Glyph is on cooldown for another 4 minutes. Make plays with Ember, abuse that reach and vision advantage thanks to the Night Stalker as well. He's got 5,000 something gold, by the way. Pycat looking to go for Mjolnir next, but I liked what he had his quick buy before, the Nullifier. I think you need more items to prevent BKBs from Secret. And Skywrath, you saw those ults at the end, like a stun on a support into Skywrath ulti. That guy's dead.
Yeah. They just need that initiation. But Bloodthorn Dragon Tail, like you said, is good. Mid one's going to have the cheese to give him a little bit more confidence when he jumps forward now. And they always feel like they got that get out of jail free card from FATA, who now will also complete it for Radiance. You get an Aghanim Scepter for a Wind Ranger. Okay, yep. Zai.
He had Lincoln's queued up, but I like that choice a lot more. He just killed a Dragon Knight. He feels real good about himself. He needs to be able to do that to more than just one hero per fight.
Yeah.
It's such a great ultimate now. The change where you can attack while moving, like that's ridiculous. And it's so easy to maintain good positioning and still obviously output tons of damage. You can do it while wind running around invisible. Obviously you don't stay invisible, but you know.
Yeah.
Nice.
That would be too OP. Like the Klingons. Gonna bring the shields up. Turn the cloak off with fire. Ace. Tier 2 tower. He'll take that one in the mid. Optic Gaming were already looking for something on the top lane, not in the mid lane. And FATA, once again, they are not wanting to waste any time with their entire team, and it's always a 5-man ball from Secret.
And the gold advantage is now 18k, so it's significantly higher than it was at, say, 30 minutes, but it's less impactful because the item disparity is different. Even though the number changes, the percent difference is different. Or sorry, more favoring Secret because they have just a better chance due to all the items they picked up. They're almost all 6-slotted. Who cares if you're behind?
Yeah, a lot of that extra gold is actually on CCNC, who's looking to finally build that BKB you were talking about.
A little late.
It's a little late, but right now he's running 2 sets of boots, so he can afford to lose one of these items.
Yep. And I almost think Optic might have played too safe. Lycan falls off, as does Nightstalker. These heroes are great, but at a certain point, once you can't kill Secret's heroes, who cares if you have a vision advantage? And they might have needed to end the game, and CCNC's lack of a BKB on that first and second Aegis push might come back to haunt them.
Yep, they really need to find these kills, but it's possible. 33 is going to build a nullifier right now, so he's getting rid of the medallion, and yeah, the nullifier is up. Buyback money is still a little stretch, so Lycan's short, so is the Wind Ranger. Ember as well as Nightstalker have their buybacks.
And this is the benefit of having the PL Aegis. He can just play with Reckless Abandon, and everyone else on his team can play around him.
And he's still got the heart and the manto. There's a lot of ways for Ace to get away
smoke, though.
from Optic's initiation. Yeah, that smoke, it's a full pull around the back.
I like this play. Roche, Aegis only for 30 more seconds, but they do not see this coming.
There's
Keep
no
in mind,
one
there's always the
defending.
Uber.
They have to know. The die just scanned. It
Uber
just
cool
pinged.
down 15 seconds.
It just pinged. They know. They know things are wrong. So here comes the jump. FATA, he's trying to take it for the rest of his team. Remember, he's still got the Greaves to pop out as now the attack comes through. PPD, he feels pretty hurt, but how they got the damage? Who's it going into? It's a slide of fist. It's all going into Team Secret. FATA will fall. The Death Ward's going to kill Puppey up the hill. He's on 8 HP. They find him in the corner. At least Ace is fighting strong, but then again, you've got no Aegis the Immortal. It's timed out. He doesn't have anything to fight with. Ace can take a double kill, but Doppelganger, not enough left of him. Ace will go down. Mid one's the only survivor. And what did Team Secret really get out of that?
Not much.
No, they got no forced buybacks. They may have to use buybacks of their own to defend the high ground. I apologize to talking Crimson Guard, not Greaves.
I mean, that's just the great smoke from Optic there. I'm surprised Secret got caught with their pants down. I mean, Skywrath Underlord just get exploded. The Venge swap does nothing.
I believe the scan did ping, unless the scan ran out the very last moment before, because it was PPD that walked into it.
Yep. And that's the downside. They don't have the Uber out, so they don't even have the ability to get out of dodge. And they play so smart and disciplined for such a long period of time, and all of a sudden you're forced in a position. I think your PL's got a buyback, and I don't like that as well because PL had 7,000 gold in that fight. Sure, he is Aegis, but
Mid one.
no, I think the swap
Gets
in.
Lincoln's off. Buyback comes in from the Underlord, but that's not enough life on the DK. He's got the cheese to use, as well as the BKB. CCNC's going to use his own, but they're just beating into that range racks. A little bit more difficult. Here comes that extra attack. YapzOr, the Mystic Flares are down. They'll burn through the creep wave of Pycat. Now his BKB comes up. They have the pit. They have the control. Pycat's a very worthwhile kill, but he just burns the cheese. Mid one keeps up the attack. There goes that BKB. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, the Lycan is taking everything away from them. The Underlord wanted to go down there, but that didn't work out for him either. So Pycat will die. The godlike streak has been ended by mid one, but Puppey is dying to wolves and necro units. Run away, Puppey. He has to swap with FATA to get into relative safety.
You see, mid one takes so much damage, and I really think it's this talent. He's missing 12 armor. He doesn't have a single armor item. That's a lot of EHP he's missing out. That's 60% more EHP against physical damage. He has 3,000 HP almost. Do the math.
And
I
he's still going for the MKB. So he's still committing to get more and more damage out of this Dragon Knight.
And you can see the difference maker though, the Skywrath Mage. Still outputting tons of damage, but he has such a hard time staying alive. He's got 5 armor. He goes down to negative the moment the Lycan shows up with AC. And you mentioned Greaves. I'd love to see a Greaves on this Underlord. It's a critical item in a game like this. That's what renders his team invulnerable once they get down low below 25% or so. But physical damage is just killing him right now. All 3 cores and the 4th core, really, Zai. It's all physical damage right now from Optic.
Yeah, this Wind Ranger is such an absolute beast. Every buyback available apart from PPD. So Team Secret, they're barreling down the mid with 5 heroes. Nightstalker's only dead for another 18 seconds, and Optic can definitely defend for that time. Even the power shot damage takes care of most of the dire creep wave. They just have to keep this catapult alive. And yeah, they know they can't go in. Roshan, potential spawn time, it's a quick one. 25 seconds now waiting for Roshan to come up. It's exactly what Team Secret need, but they need to do it quickly and they need to watch it. YapzOr is now a perfect ward.
You gotta spend your gold, I think, if you're Secret. They have so much gold right now in their course.
They're walking away from it. They could send the courier back over. Roshan is now 7 seconds away. At Optic, they're moving over. They'll look towards Roshan in just a second.
And I really want the Dragon Knight just to buy AC. I don't think buyback's gonna change the game. If you give up Roche, I think your buildings are just gonna die to dates, but see. 7,000 gold with DK. You just bought another
Swamp, they pull him in. Mystic Flare, there's your deletion.
Yep.
Zai is out of the fight. Pycat stranded on the hillside for the moment. He's got his own nullifier he wants to put in. The double searing chains on 8 and FATA. They already start the pullback. They don't want to be involved in this engagement at all. The mid one had no other choice. The Lycan's too strong. YapzOr's on the run. Ghosted will buy him a little bit of time, but he needs more teammates. Yule Scepter is out. PL, what can you do? Multiple Yule Scepter. DK buys back. Penny TP's the front lines in time. Yep, the walking is coming, but the damage from Pycat, he just nullifies the back line. It's triple buybacks from Team Secret, but the Death Ward is out. FATA is being burned so hard from this. I just don't see an answer right now from Team Secret. They're trying. Ace will jump in. They need a lot more Ace if they're going to win this. Agent Smith style at mid one. He will finally go down with the fighter fish from CC&C. Too many diebacks. And this game, it belongs to Optic. Wait for that GG call. You know it's coming. PL is still there to try and fight. But PPD, with the Voodoo Restoration, they're giving the life back over.
Dude, DK is not supposed to die to Lycan this phase of the game. He doesn't have enough armor. It's that simple. I can't believe I'm saying that, but Dragon Knight does not have enough armor, and that's why he's dying. And honestly, I feel like that's a big part of the reason Secret's about to lose this game. He has no survivability. He's the guy, like, he bought a hood first. We're talking about how tanky he is. It's the core concept of Secret's lineup. Two incredibly strong strength heroes that never die, and then the PL to just, you know, be in and out and use his mobility. And they just don't have enough time. He died in a nullifier.
Yep. Optic are taking all 3 lanes of ranks. They're leaving nothing to chance. Zai just attacks so quickly too. So Megas are up for Optic Gaming. YapzOr's trying to hold the lines and do something to make Ace work. He already had the Abyssal Blade, but they call the GG as Ace runs in. So game 1 goes the way of Optic. It looks like for a bit the Team Secret were pulling after they battened down the hatches and were like, we are going to survive this. And then no survival.
I hate to say it's all items, but I think both teams played a great game. They followed their script. Secret on the back foot for most of the game, but again, they were just waiting for that knockout punch. They get the third Roche, but